As always, today's episode is sponsored by Story Merchandise and Taser Ties. Today, we are joined by Bobbi Newman, a local actress that has been in a handful of short films, feature films, and one of her latest projects was a music video by State of Mind featuring No Resolve. It was a Garth Brooks metal cover of The Thunder Rolls. And let me tell you, this video has blown up. It was put on YouTube about a year ago, 6.3 million views, along with a Billboard Award to go with it. We chat with her about the video and all of her other projects and what she has coming up. So let's have some fun. Yeah. So anyways, I want to jump into this with you. So you and I have go back 3-ish years, 2.5 years.
Might even be longer than that.
No.
No?
No.
I have no sense of time, but me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Clearly, when I'm late.
You are an amazing actress.
Thank you.
Amazing person overall, but very talented. I had no idea who you were. And then I put out a casting call for a female for a short that I was doing with Maddie. And I did not want to work with the same old people. So I'm like, I'm done with this. Like, I love them, but I'm done with it. I want somebody new. God, I think it was Michael McCollum, I think. Might have recommended you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, because Michael and I go back as well.
Yeah.
And you actually started me doing the on-camera. I was more of a theater actor for a long time.
Well,
even
you're
though
welcome.
I'm obsessed with movies. Yeah, so thank you. The ball got rolling with you. I did one movie in college.
I set the bar low for her.
Whatever. And then one in high school. I've only done a couple things on screen. Then I did that with you. And the Goodnight You, it was awesome. And Maddie killed it, by the way. She's going to be
You both killed
a famous actress.
Yes.
You both killed it.
You both killed it. It was incredible. Yes.
You put up with my ass too, because I was like, I want to do something different. And everyone was like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know yet. And so I stood in the hallway. I'm like, everybody take 5. I'm going to think about this. And then we came up with the door slamming thing, and that was fun.
That was awesome.
Snatching Maddie out of there, and no, it was fun. I think you and I had I think you were the first person where I'm like, all right, I'm going to get into your head right now. And I kept coming up with scenarios to make you freak out about losing your son.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first time I was able to try to mess with an actress. I'm like, I want you to think about something really depressing right now.
That's good, though, because it's relatable.
It is.
That's why I like playing roles like that, because you can dig deep and think about how you'd feel if you were actually in that type of situation.
Yeah.
So that helped. That was great that you had said that.
You're welcome. But going back way before that, you mentioned that was your first film experience. So you started out in theater. What was your point of being like, you know what, I kind of want to get on stage and perform in front of people?
I think I have always been very overdramatic, and my family will tell me that when I was younger, I would play pretend all the time. It would drive people nuts. And my mom, I think, has even told me I pretended to be choking at the kitchen table one time, like freaked her out, and I'm just acting and just being stupid. So I've always liked being the center of attention and just being weird and doing goofy type things. So I can't even remember the beginning. I've been doing it forever. And at daycare, we used to do like videos with cameras that were around, and I'd always brainstorm ideas of where it should go, what people should say. And then in high school, I started auditioning for plays, and I did I played the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz at Charlotte High School. And that's when I kind of realized, like, I want to get serious about this. I had a really good, even though it was just a high school play, I feel like I had a good response from that. And I was like, this feels awesome. Like, I love the excitement and the adrenaline of going on stage. And that was when I kind of realized, like, I want to get serious about this. So.
What was the first play that you did?
Oh, shoot. Let me think about that real quick.
Oh, you can swear. You can say shit. It's okay.
Yeah. Nothing's off the table here.
No.
Now I have to think about that real quick. I think I actually did The Sound of Music, and it was really funny because I played a nun, And I was always overly tanning at that time, trying to be cool. So my dad always jokes and was like, "You were the tannest nun up there." And I just looked goofy and totally didn't fit my role. And I was like, just super tan nun and had not an important role at all. So,
awesome.
yeah, you had to work my way up to the top. I had to get more serious about stuff. I quit tanning a little bit, but still kind of tan.
When you tan though, did you do like, because you're our age, did you do like the Playboy bunny thing on the hip? Just remember that girls would always do the
really
Playboy
funny.
bunny,
I think
or
I
they would
did
do
the-
stars.
I think I did the heart, actually.
Heart,
There you
okay.
go.
But yeah, the way too tan orange look is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of comical.
Not
when
the
I
Donald
went.
Trump.
Yeah,
Not
no,
the
not
Donald Trump.
going for
Okay.
the Donald Trump.
Do you remember that though? Because I think I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to mention the names, but there was one girl in our school that had like the Playboy and with the dangly belly button, and you're like,
No.
yeah, I know what you do.
Jesus.
Everybody
Just
did.
throw it out there. Yeah. Just
Come
put
on.
it out there. Yeah,
Come
no, I don't remember, to be honest. There's not a lot of stuff that I remember
high school?
It was like a blur.
I
to be
remember
honest.
too much from
Yeah,
high
high school we can get rid of that.
Yeah.
But college was a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't spend too much time in
Not so
college.
much.
Yeah, we
I
didn't spend too much
time
time
in
in college. We spent a lot of time partying our years that we should have been in college.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I
there
did
was
that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was more fun.
We spent enough time on MSU campus to where we could have attended.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
we were
pretend that you
drinking.
did? Did you go to
Yeah.
parties and like, yeah,
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
on
Oh, we
the
walked
team?
in
Yeah. Oh,
frat
yeah,
houses, sorority
Oh, yeah.
houses,
It didn't
everything.
matter.
Just walking
Yeah.
off the street and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
we weren't shy about any of this.
So you're like, oh, we know the same person here with this, Yeah. Paul. You know Paul. Everybody knows Paul.
There's always a Paul.
Yeah.
There's always a Paul.
So it was a musical, and you were a nun for your first
Yes, The
real
Sound of Music.
Sound
I
of
believe
Music.
it was. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. So then you had your big break for the lead role of the Wicked Witch, and then from there you just decided to go into college. Where did you wind up attending for?
I actually went to Western Michigan University,
Awesome.
and I
There's
want to
a
tell
party
everybody.
school.
Yeah.
Yes, I did party my ass off. I definitely did that more than the learning part, but I did some learning as well.
Yeah.
But I want to tell everybody to keep going after something when you don't get in, because the funny story is I auditioned for their theater program. I didn't get in, and I literally just gave up right away, and then partied and did some more partying. Couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Finally went into film video media studies, which I'm actually super happy I went into that, because now I know how to be a production assistant. I know how to do some videography work. I've been a second AC, but I wish I had gone back and done.
That's second assistant camera too.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Appreciate that.
So
Yeah.
it gave me like a more well-rounded, appreciative approach to filming, but I've always enjoyed being the actor instead. So I kind of I don't have regrets, I guess, because now I can do set work and act. I can do more things, but I wish I had gone back and tried instead of just giving up. When the first shot I don't get in, so
See, the best thing about learning
Great
that behind the
advice.
scenes is when you're acting, you'd be like, "Oh, he's fucking up.
yeah.
What are you doing behind the camera? Come on."
Yeah, I actually think every actor should know how things behind set work, so you can appreciate it a little bit more
Yeah.
and understand why they're setting it up and see where it's coming from and kind of
if you-
help instead of being a nuisance to the set.
Say, or if you don't just sit there and shut up, then because
Right.
we don't need you trying to chime in.
Well, I think that, like you say, it gives you a better appreciation, and I think that makes you. It has to make you better too, because you know what the shot's going to look like almost like in your head. You can kind of visualize what they're trying to do, so you can position yourself or do the things that they're kind of looking for. When I don't know anything about any of this stuff, but I got to feel like that's a huge advantage.
But it wasn't super hands-on, so I feel like I had internships that kind of helped me more, but I'm definitely not super techie. I still need to learn a lot in that department, but it did kind of show me just the flow of things and behind the scenes and how they make the magic. I remember doing like some scene where they were pretending we're outside. They had a glass window pane on something I worked on at Western, and just the shots they come up with, it's crazy. If you could see like the behind the scenes and how it takes hours to film one scene, no one would ever realize that, from like all the different shot perspectives, all the different lighting techniques. You watch it and you do. So I feel like I'm a terrible movie critic. I'm totally like jumping all around here, but I can appreciate almost every movie I watch because I know how many hours of hard work goes
Yeah.
into it, and literally hours and hours for one scene. and different perspectives of that scene, and it really makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
I was
That's
listening.
awesome.
I was listening to a podcast today, and there's that movie Fist Fight. Are you guys familiar with that with Charlie Day and
Yeah,
Ice Cube?
Ice Cube. Yeah.
So the fight sequence that happened like on the roof or whatever was a week to shoot.
Wow. That's crazy.
A
to me.
week of going and doing all the shots.
I haven't
and
seen
doing
this.
it.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. And what is it for 15 minutes of the movie?
No, not even like
Not
3
even-
4 minutes.
Yeah.
4
Isn't
minutes.
that wild? To really like think about that.
In the big fight scene in Scapegoat that we did, we shot. I think we started at 10 a.m. and we wrapped right before the sun went down. So we're going like 10 hours, all for like a 3.5 minute fight scene.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say,
dumb.
it gives you that different appreciation of what you're watching. See, I don't know any of that. I haven't went through anything, so I take everything at face value. So when we talk about movies, he's obviously a huge film buff, and he's like, "Oh, this looked awesome," and I never knew the word before he really got into it. Cinematography, right? I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
You know. But he's like, "No, it's the way they shoot it and everything," and he'll watch movies and he sees it from that point of view and that perspective, and the appreciation that he gets out of it is really cool. And that's what you're alluding to here. It gives you a
Or
different
sometimes
world.
it can be annoying too, though. Even though I'm gonna contradict what I just said,
Right.
even though I can appreciate it, I still will be like, "Oh, they shouldn't have cut right there," or "They should have panned from the right to the left instead of the way they did it."
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'm appreciative because I'm like, they worked really hard. So
That's why Lacey hates watching. Well, she doesn't hate watching movies with me, but like it's rubbed off now on Maddie. So we're like, they'll be watching something, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's fake." That's a green
she's
screen.
gonna be a superstar. I
Jesus.
need her autograph.
And I'm like, "Yep, that's fake, Mads. That's 100%. Oh, see that? Yep, CGI bullshit." That one was a practical effect. They did that one good.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. So great advice earlier. I just want to circle back to that where you say like don't give up on the first try and really go after it and stuff like that. That's really great advice and something that a lot of our listeners can, I'm sure, attest to. Like we've all done that in certain points and aspects of our life. So that's really cool that you said that. And
Thanks.
but it moved you into the next phase of learning that. So when you got So after you got out of college, did you do any acting like while you were within college, like any short films or anything
I
like
think
that?
when I was a junior or senior, I finally got sick of not doing acting. So I did take several years off, and I was like, this is stupid. I love to do this. So I did join an acting class, and I did the Laramie Project, which was a reading where I felt pretty cool because I got to be in there with the theater peeps, even though I wasn't an actual theater peep at Western. And I did one short film. I can't remember the name of it, but that kind of like got it rolling again. But I've taken different breaks in different points in my life, and I always seem to come back to it. Like I feel like I have to be performing, whether anything comes of it or not, and it's just for fun and a hobby. I feel like I'll be doing this the rest of my life because it always brings me back to it after I've spent like time away. So it was actually when I went to, after Western, a few years after I had my son, I went to Lansing Community College and took some acting classes. They actually have awesome classes, and I got to be the lead in several plays, and I met just the coolest people. And theater people are so weird, and I live for it, and I love them. Like, we're just a bunch of nerds that just do our theater people thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you ever do theater or no? They're the best.
I didn't do theater. I worked. It's one of my first projects. I had people from theater, and the best thing and the worst thing about people from theater is on the theater you got to be dramatic and your voice has to carry. In film, you don't need to do that. You actually have to dial it back about 60%.
Yeah.
And so the first time, like I got, I mean, I told him this on set both times. His first time he stepped down, he was like doing this, and like his voice, I'm like, cut.
I know Heath, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I love you. I love what you're doing, but you need to stop it. And I need you to dial all the hand motions
This is
back.
what I struggle with now, going from theater to that, because you're exactly right. I never would project loud enough before, and now I see myself on screen sometimes. I'm like, that is such an ugly face. I've always been my harshest critic, but I'll be like doing these like scrunchy, like so dramatic things that you wouldn't see on the stage, so you have to overdo them.
Yeah.
And then when the camera's right in your face, I'm like, I need to remember to be subtle.
Because that's
It's
the
really hard
difference.
for me to learn how to do that.
That's the difference, is because on theater there's no camera. Your camera is the entire audience.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have to like draw everybody in with
Yeah, absolutely.
the with your voice
With
and
the
the
mannerisms
actual
and everything.
your physical performance. In film, you got the camera. Half the time it's probably a medium close up or a close up, and you just need to dial it back because it's real life. The audience is watching you, and it's like they're in the room. They don't need that.
Yeah.
So you have to dial
So
it back.
that's
It
been a
has to be
struggle.
like
That's still a work
more
in progress
natural.
for me.
Sure. Well, definitely when you're used to that, and then you go to that, I gotta imagine that's gotta be difficult when
Yeah.
when you're already like in that mode and in that mindset of what you've had what you've been training towards. What
And
you've
it's
been-
weird because it's natural. You want to do less movements and make it more like real life. But
Yeah.
sometimes directors have told me, move your face this way. And then it doesn't feel natural. And I'm like, they're crazy. This makes no sense. And then when I watch it, I'm like, okay, it does. So sometimes, even though you're being subtle, you have to move or tilt your head in a way that looks good on camera but feels unnatural. And that's been very interesting for me to figure out as well.
All depends on what you're trying to portray in that movement in the
Yeah.
scene. So one head tilt to the left would mean like, oh, she's up to something. What the she's a shady, shafty person. But you already mentioned it, and I want to swing back to it because you did say that, you know, you told everybody to follow their dreams. What I want to touch on too is you already said it. You had your son. So you have a son, you have a full-time job, and you're still pursuing acting.
Yeah. So I thought that I was going to give up my dream when I had my son. He was unplanned, but he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But I think that that's a weird thing. I don't know why when we think we have children, we have to give up our dreams, because then I started to look at it in a different perspective. And I was like, I want my son to know he can do anything he wants to do. And I think he's going to respect me, hopefully, and grow up and be like, you know, my mom at least tried and was passionate and went after what she wanted to do. So it was so odd that having him made me actually want to get back into it more. And that's when I went to Lansing Community College. And also I think as a you guys can't relate to this, but as a woman and a mother, I feel like you can do anything, which fathers can do anything as well, but just it gives you a new sense of perspective in life, and there's a lot of challenges and a lot of struggles, and I don't want that to hold me back. So he is totally the reason that I dive back into it, and yeah, I'm trying to make something come of it, and I hope that I'm the type of parent where no matter what he tells me he wants to do when he's older, I'll be like, go for it, you can do it. You only live once, you only get one chance. So, and it's definitely harder with a kid, as you know as well. Since you have two children, it's definitely more challenging. I think it makes you appreciate it more and have to try harder, because I have to literally pay a babysitter like $80 to watch my kid. I have to like have him in the background when I'm trying to do auditions. It's definitely 10 times more stressful. But then when I get on set, I'm like there to work. I want it like harder, I feel like.
And you're a full-time mom. When I got into that industry, I was going into a divorce, so I had split custody. So I had certain days where I didn't have kids, and that's where I launched my entire time. Was I didn't have them, so it was about film. That's all it was. Yeah. And then eventually, as they got older, I brought them with us. Like I wrote them into stuff. Yeah. Like Maddie was in the film with you, and then Oliver's in the background yelling at people to hurry up and get upstairs. Maddie messes up her lines, and he's just like, no, Mads, this is your line. I'm like, okay, all right.
I totally didn't mean to disclude dads on that. You're completely right. So any parent should have said.
No, I didn't feel that at all when you said that. It was
Not
beautifully said, and it was very beautifully articulated.
Thanks.
That was excellent. Yeah, no, that's like I could feel the passion like coming through the microphone and through the headphones. So that was awesome. Thank you for that. That's great. I think it's definitely words live by, and I know that it's a passion of yours to be able to continue to follow your passion, and I know that you're going to be supportive of your son's passions too. So that's awesome. That's what everybody wants to have, and it's incredible for sure.
Isn't it crazy that like our kids make us want to do stuff? Like my kids make me want to drink. So
that as well. Yes.
They're the reason why I've gotten into brewing.
I will say both. Yes.
My non-existent kids make me want to drink too. Just the thing.
I was
just
about
the
to ask
thought.
if you had kids.
I
I wasn't
do not.
sure.
I do not. But yeah,
Just wait.
Eventually, that's part of the plan. Hopefully, so
They make
God
life
willing.
better. They really do, in my opinion.
They've made
I have a
Jeff
bad
better.
day, and
100%
I have a bad day, and my son's there just to make me feel better.
Yeah.
Keeps me in line. Keeps me focused.
You know what? Kids do say the darndest things. So it's pretty funny.
No, it's definitely made Jeff a better person for sure. Actually, I'm going to bring up a meme that I saw the other day I wanted to post. It's nice to see all the people I used to cheat death with every weekend grow up to be such fine parents and adults.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
this guy. I got a couple buddies that I'm like, whoa, we used to do a lot of stupid stuff. And then when they become a parent, it's
How are
like,
you
You have to get your
responsible
shit
for
together.
another
yeah,
life?
yeah, exactly. You got to get your shit together. And then to see him, like, I'm like, wow, you're a real life parent. This is crazy.
But see, when you said that, like, it's when you have kids, you think you have to give up on your dream because that's your dream up to that point was your number one priority. That's not the case anymore.
Right.
So you put it on pause. You don't give up on it. You just put it on the back burner because now you have this new life that you need to form into a functional being. And then once they're like on their own, not on their own, but like, you know, you don't need to carry them everywhere. You're like, all right, I can start letting myself get back to this.
Yes.
And then, yeah, it's great to have your kids see you doing something other than your just the everyday ins and outs of life.
But it's definitely a balance, though. Like you said, obviously my son is my
100%.
number one priority. I've had to step away from projects before. I've wanted to do several plays, and I've been like, this will be 5 days a week, 20 to 30 hours. I have to spend time with my son instead. So I always make sure that I'm making him a priority. And if I'm not, then I get myself in check, and I take a little break, and I do what I need to do. So
That's excellent. So went to LCC, did some classes, and started to do some read-alongs. So after LCC and the acting classes, what got you back into it? What was the next?
I think
the
it was
next
kind of Jeff asked
Was
me
it?
to do the on-screen, the Goodnight You.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think if I took a break from that. I've done a couple projects with Michael McCollum, a music video, and then we did a 48-hour film project. And since I like to do the behind-the-scenes as well, I believe I helped write that with him, and I think I did a little bit of sound, so that was cool. We did a couple projects, and I kind of just always come back to it. So recently I've been auditioning for everything that I can see. I'm a part of all these film groups on Facebook. Anytime there's an opportunity, I submit my audition, which I was telling Jeff before, like outside of the show, that it's been very weird for me because the self-tape auditions I've never done before. So I've had to kind of teach myself how to act when there's no one off screen. And it's just really weird and awkward for me because you have to try and get that emotion. But I guess that's what acting is. Yep. And I've learned to kind of like it now, though, because I can go back, and if I don't like it, I can redo it as many times as need be till I'm able to get those tears or get the emotion. So I'm trying to find, like, the positives in that. But so far, everything I've auditioned for, I've gotten a part in. So that's pretty cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
that's excellent.
I just did, like, a TV show called Black Olive the other day. I'm not sure of all of the details for that yet. It's like kind of under wraps,
Yep.
but I also auditioned for a feature film that I'm not really allowed to mention as well, but it's going to be Detroit based, and several people auditioned, and I'm in the top 3, so
I saw you
I'm
post
waiting
that.
to see.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
That's
So
awesome.
I feel like I must be doing okay, even though I've always been my harshest critic, and anytime I watch myself, I will like pick myself apart with like the faces and stuff I was telling you guys earlier. So I'm trying to learn to not do that.
I mean, just remember,
Excellent.
you had a good.
Oh, this guy.
Right.
You know.
He does the same thing
Right.
with Harney. Anytime he could throw it in Harney's face, he does the same exact thing. Remember, I made you.
I
What he
did. I
tells-
made
that's what
Harney.
That's what he says to Harney. So at least he's not giving you that line.
The only,
So
thing,
that's
I,
kinda
did, the
nice,
only
yeah.
thing I didn't make Harney is I didn't give him the reason to have a fucking fake cigarette in his mouth every time he does an audition.
Yeah.
God, that guy will like he tries to work. Like, hey, so like I like the character, man. I have these outfits planned out. It's awesome. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
I want him to smoke though. How do you feel about that? I'm like, I hate it. I didn't want to have him smoke.
That's hilarious.
Every time like we showed up, we did
Smoking
this,
is bad. Never done it
but
before.
Yeah,
the
no,
Hollywood
don't know anything
version
about
of it is just like herbal. It's just like herbal, whatever.
Oh,
They
okay.
taste like complete but they're not harmful to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it still looks like you're smoking a real cigarette. So he shows up to set one day, and he walks in and he's just packing his cigarettes, just walking up, and then he goes to his first mark and he's like, watch this. Has like a flick lighter, goes lights it
my
up. He's like, I'm ready. I'm like, stop. Just stop.
This makes me want to smoke this conversation.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I pretty much quit, but it's a bad habit. Herbal, maybe not so much. Cigarettes, definitely.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't think those herbal ones are good for you either.
Probably
And
not.
by herbal, I don't mean marijuana. I mean herbal, okay? I mean straight up, just like, I don't even know what's in them. But
So
they taste awful.
That brings up good points. So we're kind of talking about bringing that personal touch to the character, right? And I'm talking about that. So how do you go about that when you're reading lines or a script or anything like that? Like where does your mind go? Take me through that process. Like how do you get like in the character?
Okay, I read it several times, I digest it, and then I used to try and do things that would please whoever's watching it, and I realized you can't do that. You said it exactly right. You have to do it from how you would do it. I can be an awkward person sometimes. I can say stuff in a way that's maybe off kilter of what other people would, but I've tried to use that to my advantage. And if they don't like it, then they don't, but it's more natural. If I'm trying to pretend to act like somebody else or playing a role a certain way, then it's not going to work. So I will literally read the character, think of how I relate to it, and then try to perform it in such a way. But it is a lot easier to do mom roles or roles I can relate to. So I was telling Jeff, I've been thinking about writing. I want to start writing again and writing my own characters because I love auditioning for other roles, but a lot of times I can't really relate to the character. If it's like a party girl or which are great. We need party girls, but I'm past that point in my life. So it's a lot of times I can't really relate to it. And I'm like, I need to write about what I know, like struggling as a mother, pitfalls and all of that stuff. And I feel like I could come up with like some heartwarming, comedic, just like anyone could. If anybody writes about their own personal stories, I feel like people can relate to them the most. So I'm trying to do that next, I think.
Yeah, that'd be an excellent project for you know, when you mean to get that out there, because what's more empowering? You know, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, than going through those pitfalls as a, you know, in motherhood and everything like that, and learning from it, I'm sure it would go off as a hit. You know what I mean?
The biggest thing to say is write what you know.
Right.
That's the best type of writing. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
Just got to come up with something that's not cliche, which is really hard to do because I'm a big fan of everything you gain inspiration from, and everything kind of ties in together. So I'm okay with gaining inspiration from other projects, but you obviously don't want to become a copycat or make it cliche and do something that's been done before.
Yep.
So I've been trying to spin off ideas in my head of thinking of ways that would make it more unique. I want to do the mother-son story, but in a different, more interesting way.
Yeah. I think with your head already in that space, I think that's going to be better than what we see 98% in Hollywood right now, because I feel like that's all Hollywood is.
They are
just
copycats,
recycle
big time nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kind of keep churning that stuff out. And I think with your head already in that mind space, whatever you're going to come up with is going to be excellent.
That's the trick, obviously, with the writing. Is like, what can you do that's... All right, so yeah, every story is going to be the same as some other different story, but how can you tell it in a different way? Right. That's why I always like when I wrote, I always went more towards like the twist route, because I wanted to do a twist that I hadn't seen before, and that's what got me hooked on.
Which you accomplished with Goodnight You.
Yeah.
He didn't pay me to say that. Maybe $20.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
where's my money?
They only see from like the waist up. I could have just good job. Here's that.
Yeah. There. Thank
Here's
you
your
so much for
cigarette.
that. Yeah. And by the way, check it out on wherever it's at, YouTube and everything. By the way, let's keep plugging it. No.
No, but that's the thing though. Is like how do you tell the same story, but how do you add your own touch to it? And when you mentioned Goodnight You, that short, we did something a little bit different, but it was the feature version of it that we attempted to write that was setting everything apart from what no one has seen. And I'm bummed that we only got 80% through it.
Yeah, whatever happened with
that? Me.
Aw, so you just finish it? That's good.
No, I haven't finished it. I had Nolan, my co-writer, with it, and we went back and forth. We got up to like 80 pages like within a week, and it was going good. And then we just didn't like how we got to where we got to. Like we knew the ending, we knew the third act. I've had that since I wrote this short. Like I knew it.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I knew what we were gonna do, but it's just how do we get there, and how do we do it in a way that doesn't drag on? It doesn't take you from, all right, this is how we get from the 10-minute mark to the 20-minute mark. Like how do we do this? And we did it, but it just wasn't right. So we kind of put it on the back burner. We started other projects. We did Locker 42 together, which is, as of this morning, there's another meeting on it. So
Nice.
Look out.
we'll leave it at that, because I don't know what happened.
Right. Haven't heard.
I left
your
myself
people haven't
out
got a
of
hold of your
my
people.
people haven't
Is
got
that
a hold
what
of
it
it,
is? Yeah.
of
Fair
me
enough.
yet.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I feel like you should take a break and then go back to it then, because a lot of times if you have a writer's block or don't know if it's good or not, I like to take a break, come back to it, and then you'll be like, this is garbage, or I liked this worked, I can change this other
Here's
part.
the thing with that, though. I'm on like a 2-year writer block hiatus.
You need to get out of it then.
A lot's went on in his like life, like personal life.
It is
so I feel
true.
Like
you've
that's
been
kinda,
dadding a lot.
Yeah,
And
I
see,
think
you
that's
got a
kind of
dad.
like
And see,
kind
the
of.
thing is, I think we
funneled
talked
it.
to, when I told everybody I was selling like film equipment, I had you message me separately, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I didn't. I
had-
said, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Then I had Patrick.
That's all I said.
Then Patrick messaged me, dude, what's going on, man? You
Right.
all right? You
Yeah.
all right? And then Shane doesn't care. My actual
Does
partner.
Shane even know you still exist? Or
Yeah, when he finds a way to braid me with something. But no, it's just it's going on for like, I don't know. And how I explained it was when I got into film, I was going into my divorce. It was my escape from the show that was happening. Then my divorce happened, we separated, and I needed something to fill that void. So film was that obvious choice because I had already started to get into it, and I dove hard into it. I had popping out like 1 or 2 scripts a week. I was making stuff every other. There's one time where we did 2 films in a month.
yeah, I do remember.
And Goodnight You was one of them, and
Yeah.
still was the other one.
Yeah.
Same house, different parts of the house, all shot within a month. And then like the issue with scapegoats and all that stuff, that just kind of started the downfall for me. And then I'm at a point now where I'm dating somebody amazing. I have 2 amazing kids. I have an awesome bonus son. I don't need I don't have a void to fill anymore.
Right.
Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
Like I did the podcast where I get to chat with my best friend once a week about sports, entertainment, all this stuff. Have some beers.
Well,
I
that's
don't have
true.
that
I get
void,
that
though.
too. Yeah. Whenever I'm having my hardest time, whenever my personal life is failing, I do my best artistic work, which is annoying. And I've come to the point where you're at, I feel like, where I'm like, if I have to choose between, I love doing all this, but if I have to choose between this or having life go well, I would much rather choose life go well than the other. But it seems to always work that whenever one's going great, the other's not.
Yeah.
But I'm determined to have it all. I feel like you can have it all. And maybe come back around and see.
And at some point, maybe I will get into it. I forgot who I was talking to, but they're like, why aren't you doing a film? I'm like, because I haven't had a story I felt worth telling.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, this as actors and actresses, you do everything you can to get the experience. You do whatever it is. You take that project that is probably going to see nothing but the basement of some dude's house.
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, if I
Yeah.
want to do that or not. I have a
And
project that I'm like, do I want to do it, or is it going to make me look bad?
And that's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to do it. Like, all the films that I've done, I've never thought were just done just to do them. I thought it was a good story to tell, but I made a lot of mistakes and I learned. And I'm at the point to where like I'm always trying to learn. Always going to learn something new that I never knew. I'm always going to make mistakes, but I'm at the point to where like I don't need to make something just to make it anymore. If I'm going to, because it takes, like you said, a lot of time. There's 4 hours goes into a 2-minute scene.
Yeah.
Like if I have that time to spare, I need to have everything else, personal life, settled out to where I can then dedicate that.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's like working out.
I'm super happy for you, though, that everything is in check.
Right.
That's better than doing creative projects.
sure.
Real life comes first.
Yeah.
But it's-
like you say, I think like pain equals art sometimes, right? And like you get
Yeah.
that pain. We've had some musicians come on where they're like, I've had the worst time of my life, and that's where all these songs came from. And it's just like, I think that's where that pain equals art sometimes. And then sometimes it's the opposite way when you're like really happy and that you have that going on, then that art kind of comes from that too. So, but yeah, I think he was looking for the escape. And I think now that you have your everything in order.
Would you say I was
sometimes,
looking for my scapegoat?
Oh, look out.
Nice.
But
Wait,
I'll,
It's
yeah.
an awesome poster.
Yeah.
I just
I'll see
noticed
myself out now.
Yeah.
I'm not very observant. I just noticed that, and I'm impressed.
Noah.
You can have me my other 20 under the
Yes.
table.
Yeah.
But it
Where's the
looks
other
awesome.
That was 20? The last one was
Yes.
5.
Pay her.
Gosh, she's driving a
Looks
bargain.
Well, I mean, as the episode goes on, we're gonna have
You
to
fluffed me for free. I don't have to pay to get fluffed over here.
Yeah, that's because I get paid in
In
other
beer.
ways. Yeah, in beers.
Okay. That's
Easy.
fine.
I'll take beers.
Yeah.
That works.
That works.
Speaking of, we got the mini fridge stocked up over there.
That's
I
true.
might grab one.
Yes,
I might grab
absolutely.
Go
Go
right
right
now.
ahead. Yep, go right ahead.
Don't feel bad
Don't
about the
be
camera
bashful.
because we leave the camera all the time.
No
Yeah.
judging as we get weirder.
No,
as the episode
that
goes
for
on.
sure.
No.
This is a judgment-free zone for sure.
Actually, the more weird we get, the better entertainment it is. So
Facts. Big facts.
I think our most views come from the times when we were the drunkest. So
We did have a beer tournament. That was pretty
You guys made
entertaining.
me feel
what
more
do you-
comfortable by saying that.
what are
you
you
would be-
going for? That's the Black Heart, isn't it?
I don't know. What is this? Is this too much?
You need to. Do you like that style of
Oh,
beer?
I do like every style of beer, but then I just
Yeah.
realized is this a high percentage? Maybe I shouldn't do
It
that.
is.
Yes, it is. I
Yes.
think. Nope, we're not gonna do that one. Okay, next.
Grab one of mine.
Yeah, grab one of those.
Grab
Grab
the
two
red
of
cap.
those actually while you're over there.
Grab 3, actually, if you would.
We're putting our this poor thing. We're putting our guests to
Jeez,
work
I'm
over here
working
grabbing
while I'm
beers.
here.
Yeah, I know. Diesel Pete's pay her again, man.
Not at work.
Make sure it's slip.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Thank you so much, by the way. Appreciate that. Thanks for helping us out. Well, at least make him pop the tops.
And I'm gonna pour
Thank
it for
you.
because I'm a fucking
Oh,
gentleman.
nice.
Yeah. So that leads me to the next question here. Next projects you got lined up already? Sounds like you're continuing to do the what'd you call them? Not interview. I want to call them interviews, but the
Auditions.
auditions. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I apologize
Yeah.
for him.
I
No
know.
problem. He's
I
quite
know.
all right.
So yeah, doing some auditions, continue to put your name out there, and got projects hopefully lined up just on the TV show and stuff like that. Okay, you just threw that. All right, fair enough.
Here's the funny thing about what I just did, though.
Yeah.
I threw it at the laptop, but I meant to
But
throw it at the camera.
The camera's over here. The camera's over here.
My laptop's on the right side of the camera.
That's
straight
pretty.
ahead.
It's pretty terrible, Jeff.
I got 2 more chances. Hold on. Are you not done yet?
No, go ahead and pour yours.
Chug
I'm trying to ask a question. Damn it. So, Where do you see yourself going from here? Continuing to do the auditions and get more gigs and everything like that? What's dream gig? Give that to me.
That was the question I was going to ask. If you could have any project, what would it be?
Shoot. I mean, I would love to get paid to do what I love for a living, to be honest. If I could quit all... I love my job as a manager at Outback Steakhouse, but if I could quit that job and be a full-time actress...
Hold on. Let's plug this really quick. So Outback Steakhouse on... do you want to say what location?
Tell me this.
No?
Creepers are going to come after me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
you can't. It's a Lansing.
If you use the coupon code...
No coupon code.
No coupon code.
Oh. No.
Hell no. Pour my beer.
But even though I love that job, my dream job would be just any project where I'm able to be a paid actor. I would love to be able to do that. But I think what I want to try to do is Ben Affleck and Matt Damon type style.
Do you want to try to do Ben Affleck and
that
Matt
as
Damon?
well. But I want to try to do their route where my dream gig would probably be writing my own movie, starring in my own movie, having someone pick it up, like Netflix or whatever, and then getting... I don't want to say well known because it's not about getting well known, but it's about making money doing what I love. So
It's beautiful. Yeah,
that would probably be my top thing. But I'm always going to do it, like I said before, on the side, whether I hate it or not. I'm actually nervous to see this series Black Olive come out because, like I said, I'm a harshest critic. So when I watch myself, I'm sure I'll be like, "Oh my God, look at that face! It's terrible. It's horrible." But that's I feel like that's pretty common. Like we were saying before the show started, most people hate the sound of their own voice.
Yes.
You watch yourself and you like critique yourself, but
for sure.
I'm going to take them as learning experiences. Yeah. So I'm definitely, that's why I keep auditioning for everything. Yeah. And I'm trying to do as many projects as possible to get better at them. But it is kind of a fine line. I was telling Jeff that I have had a couple opportunities where they're newer filmmakers. They might not have the nicest equipment.
Sure.
But since I can appreciate it, I'm really torn between... I've done some pretty good projects in the past. Do I want to do something that might not be as high of a caliber, but maybe has a great storyline? Yeah. And who am I to decide these things? So it's kind of hard for me to know which projects to say yes to, which projects to say no to.
Gotcha. But I think it's something too, like you're saying about the faces and everything. You just want to perfect your craft, right? Like that's why you're your biggest critic, is you're always wanting to perfect your craft. The story about, like, you're talking about writing, that you want to write about you and your son and everything like that. Like I've been trying to rack my brain of a story that I've seen that would be like that. I can't remember a movie that I've seen or a TV show. Maybe they're out there. You guys are way better at this than I am, but I think that would be just such a compelling story.
Well, I thought it would be, and then I saw Tully, parts of Tully, and I'm like, damn it. See, anytime you get a good idea, she's like the struggling mom, fall from grace, and so it definitely has been done before, but I want to think of a unique way to do it. I thought of maybe like adding some domestic violence in there, and no one better not steal my idea.
No.
But Sucker Punch, have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Here's taking inspiration from something else, but I thought it'd be really awesome to do the mom and son story that's been done before, but kind of spin it to where maybe when they're about to be abused or something's about to happen, it goes into this spinoff of like cartoon characters, or the mom shielding the son, and it's this whole fantasy world. And then I haven't decided how I want it to end yet, but there's a lot of possibilities. Like she could die, and then he could take her cartoon character cape and put it on him and walk away. I don't know why I'm getting into super deep details about this, but I'm trying to figure out how to.
I don't know. Yeah.
Basically, trying to figure out how to do what's been done, but in a different way. Yeah. And I think it could be pretty good.
Absolutely.
I feel like people could relate to it.
Yeah. No, I think we're spitballing there. I mean, I think that sounds incredible for sure. I think doing that in a different light is huge, and I think it's a very compelling story that can be told, that I think audiences will love it and just flock to it for sure. Yeah.
I hope so. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to rewind the clock a little bit and talk about a project that, when I saw it, hit me by storm. Loved it. And then it took off. Holy shit, did it take off. And we're, of course, referring to the music video that you were in for, it was No Resolve, right?
Thank you. Yep, No Resolve and State of Mind.
And State of Mind. It was the lead singer of State of Mind, right?
Yes.
Playing with No Resolve.
Yep, and then Drew Jacobs did a cover as well. And thank you so much for bringing this up.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because I love, my friends have really helped me get the ball rolling with my career. So they're Travis and Samantha Ross
the production company, right?
Yes. Yep. they have been awesome, and I went to school with both of them and was good friends with Sam, and they pretty much fell into my lap. I got way too lucky with that, which normally never happens for me. And they've had me do several music videos with them. And yeah, I ended up getting a Billboard Award for it.
Yep.
Wonderful.
I totally was riding on their coattails, which I always joke about because I wasn't singing or anything. I just was acting in the video, but it was... they ended up getting like the 3. I did. I was pretty mean. It's for cheating, which is pretty intense.
That is.
I don't know if it was justified, but still, I'm like, yeah, girl,
First,
get it.
First we have what's her name doing slashing some dude's tires and then keying his car. You're like, hold my beer, bitch. Yeah. I'm gonna kill this fucker.
Yeah. That's the lesson. Don't cheat,
That's right,
or you
for
get
sure.
murdered.
That's right.
Just
For
kidding.
sure.
I'm not condoning murdering over cheating.
Tire
Not at all.
slashing, key in the car, and shot in the face.
Yeah.
Those are the. That's what happens
Perfect.
when you cheat.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're from Ripjaw Media. I don't know why I didn't
That's-
mention
yeah,
that before.
Ripjaw.
But
That's
they do
what
a
I
great
was-
job. So
Yeah.
anyone who needs music videos.
So talk about that experience because it's a Garth Brooks cover of
Thunder
Thunder
Rolls.
Rolls. Yep. I don't know why I just sent you that. I'm like, dude. Yeah, when it came out, I sent it to him. I'm like, dude, check this out, man. I want to get
blown
her.
away.
I was like, I know her. I know
blown away.
her.
Yeah, for sure. We were blown away. I mean, the performance that you put on in the music video is incredible.
So you talked
It
about
just kind of brings it all together.
Thanks. I got a lot of anger. It was easy.
I went to some dark places.
I did.
Fair enough.
So when we talked about how long it takes to shoot scenes. How long did it take to shoot that video?
We actually did. I have to think about this now because we did a couple versions. We did the first original version, then went back into the extended.
And you filmed
So
a couple
actually,
different
I think we
scenes.
filmed my filming all in one day. But I think they did a whole weekend for the rest. But when I say all day, though, it's like all day. Like you're pretty much there for hours and hours while they set up. But I like that because then you can get in the zone, and it's what's necessary to get the lighting perfect. And it really helps that I knew who I was working with, so it made me more comfortable. And they're just great. They're great directors, and they kind of let me do my own thing. They suggest what they think would look good, but let me just be as weird as I want and try things. And will obviously tell me if it's looks dumb, but
So was it their idea to kill him, or were you like, hey, I have an idea?
it was actually theirs.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So-
Perfect. There you
Yep.
go. It was like, hey,
I feel safer now.
I'm gonna kill this MFer right here. This is gonna be it. Perfect.
You're like,
Yeah.
you're staring at him. Sorry, what are you doing? Getting in the zone. Hold on. Just a thought.
Yeah.
I would like to shoot this guy. How do we feel about that? Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
We don't need a prop gun,
Right.
but I.
I really beat the
Oh.
shit out of him in real life while we were there. No, I didn't.
Oh,
You hit him quite a
Drew
bit.
Jacobs, I
Did
did.
you hit him? Quite a bit?
Maybe. I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember. I thought you like smacked him a couple times, threw something at him.
Oh, actually, yeah, I did push him. That really happened.
Nice.
Yep. And then so it was kind of
Method
funny.
acting.
And we had and we had some awkward moments where I think I was like went to kiss him and I was like, maybe I shouldn't kiss him, but I was like in the moment trying to pretend like I'm the character. But that's a perfect example of how behind the scenes is so important because they have such great equipment and they know what they're doing with their editing and their lighting that I feel like they, even if I make weird faces, know how to cut it out.
Yeah.
So a lot of the credit has to go to them, really, because if you are that good at what you do, you can make pretty much anybody look good, I feel like. Almost, anyway.
Editing
So-
is the third time you get to tell a story. You tell the story first when you write it, second when you shoot it, third when you edit it. So from
Fair enough.
from the page to editing, that whole scene can change.
Got you. All right. I appreciate that.
Fun fact for you.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, I was super happy to do that, but now I just want to get more speaking roles.
Yeah.
So the TV series I did is a speaking role, but I'm like, I feel like if I can do okay at the non-speaking, hopefully I'd be better at the speaking because it's almost more challenging to carry something when you're not able to speak at all.
Now, did you actually say stuff to him when you're yelling at him in the video? Were you actually like?
Oh hell yeah! I said fuck you. That's why I look so angry. I didn't even mean to; it just came out.
That's funny because I've
Hey,
seen
that's
some.
fair.
I've seen some. Like I've been on some shoots and some commercials where like the music's playing, and we're like, "All right, go," and they're like. It's like
I
a
wasn't saying
Chinese
apples
dub.
and oranges or whatever they tell you to say. My dad, I repeat, my dad is not watching the show, even though he has a potty mouth. Talked about several topics not for him.
I
Chad
mean,
Newman, don't
let's-
watch.
Yeah.
Let's get even weirder with this and then invite him to it. I'll send it to him. Chad Newman, I'm going to send it to him.
Todd Newman, close enough.
Todd. You should have went. You should have.
Now I have to have him watch it since we mentioned him. It's hilarious. But he actually has a terrible potty mouth, so I don't know what I'm saying.
Perfect.
He'd be like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he's gonna go back and listen to all the episodes. And be like, I love those guys. They got a potty mouth like I do. I'm like, thanks, bud.
Yeah, Todd. Come be our newest fan.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, pops. No, I've been on those like music videos and commercials where like we say action and then they're like they're like lipping it. I'm like, no. That looks terrible.
Oh,
I want you to cuss him out. I want you to think about the worst thing that anyone's ever done to you. And I want you to lay into this like they are that person.
Yeah.
I try to get into it. Maybe I do method acting a little too much because I remember doing a play, Let the Right One In, and I straight up kept smacking my fellow actor. And he was pissed. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to do this. But I was so into it. I was like slapping him every time. So there's a line for sure. I haven't learned it yet, but it's there.
I think that's I love method acting.
I do too.
When we were doing Scapegoat, I think there's 2 different times where Mason got punched in the face, and I loved it.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
He probably wasn't a big fan.
But like Heath hit him twice. No, Dakota hit him the first time. It was the first time like the killer attacked, and he's on top of him. And he's like, and then like he sat his head up a little too far, and like Dakota nicked him. And Dakota, he works for Marvel. Like he used to work for Marvel. He does stuff.
I've never met him, but I've heard about him through the theater circuit.
He's
for sure.
amazing. One of the most talented guys. Like he came on as our stunt guy, but then we're like, hey, you want to play the murderer? You want to do this? That'd be fucking awesome. And he was awesome. But yeah, he punched Mason in the face on one take, and we used that take because you can see the expression on Mason's face, like, you hit me. And then
I'm torn because I'm like, is it really acting? If it's too real life, then I'm like, it's not really acting. It's real life right now. No, I go back and forth.
But you have that safety net when you say it's just acting.
Right,
there you
that's
go.
true.
Perfect.
I slapped you,
really
but it's just
want to
acting.
punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Right.
It's acting.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
Right, for sure. That's incredible. So I always ask this question to anybody who comes in that has worked with Jeff in the past, because obviously I worked with Jeff.
Terrible experience.
Exactly.
I don't suggest.
That's what I wanted to know.
I had to put that into the mic so they know. Extra terrible.
That's the real reason why I don't do this anymore. I got boycotted.
You got canceled.
I got boycotted
Never again.
in the Michigan film industry, which is like being told you can't go into Toys R Us anymore.
Oh no.
Which they discontinued Toys R Us, and I love Toys R Us.
That's my favorite place to go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Same. It's unfortunate.
All right, so
but
your
yeah, so
question was-
working with Jeff, how was it?
It was
And
great.
just pretend like he's not here. Yeah.
Terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Give me
I'm
the
already
real.
It was great. It was
more
very
drinks for
similar.
you.
Very similar to when I work with my buddies Travis and Sam. Very comfortable, and he definitely wanted it to be natural. So he would tell me what he's looking for, what each setup is, but then he let me add in like my extra own little quirks. Like I remember I was tickling Maddie and I did some weird voices, or I'm like doing these little baby voices, but he was like, no, I like that. That worked. And I feel like good directors do that because like I said, if you want someone to just do something in a way that's been done a million times before, I feel like no one can relate to it. It's not interesting. If you let your actors do it the way they would as themselves and maybe be a little quirky or different with it, I feel like people can maybe relate to that more, or it's at least more unique. So he was very good about, this is what we're looking for, but feel free to kind of add some extra stuff in. I think I even asked him if I could change a couple words. That was a long time ago, so I can't remember. But I think he was like, yeah, I don't care. Do what works for you and what fits. So that's the good environment. You want to be around an environment that's more relaxed. I've been on some sets or scenes where like, you have to do this exactly like this. And you have to walk up to him exactly here. Even some theater things where I'm like, this does not feel natural to me. My normal self would not walk up to this person and say this right here and then walk over here and do all of these different things. So that's why I was saying you should definitely, I'm glad that you're happy in life, but you should definitely get back into it because you do a great job. And I just felt comfortable to be myself and to really play with my character. And that's where you make the character seem real, is finding the different nuances. So he definitely gives room to grow in that department. And then thinking of different ways to make it better. Like there was a shot where we were under the bed, and I really liked that. That was a unique shot where I'm looking for my daughter under the bed as well, and the camera drops down. And that's how it should go. It should be kind of organic where, you should have an idea of where you want the scene to go, but it should definitely be able to go in a different direction or come up with other ideas as you're going along.
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, I think you're giving me too much credit because at that time when your whole interaction with Maddie, I don't even remember what was scripted. But what we shot wasn't scripted. It was your motherly interaction with your kid. That's what you drew in. You drew that actual like raw performance from being a mom. And that's what made that scene touching. Because in that moment, you're like, oh, this is a sweet mother and daughter interaction. This is great. But then when she mentions your dad, you're like, bitch, I'll kill you. I shot somebody in a music video once just to test me.
For sure. It was wild because obviously I know Maddie. I mean, I've been best friend with her. I've known her since she's been little. And then I felt that motherly like performance from you and her together. Like, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't her mom. Like, I know who her real mom is.
Thank
you. Know what I mean?
She made it easy.
But
she was so natural. And it was like her first thing, wasn't it?
her,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I need her autograph, I repeat. Where is she? Bring her down.
She actually, we told her the four of us were driving. Lacey and I picked the kids up yesterday, and I was like, hey, guess who's coming over tomorrow? And she's like, who? I'm like, Bobby. She's like, and I'm not going to be there.
Oh,
I just love her. BFFs.
I was like, do you want me to say anything to her? She's like, yeah, tell her I miss her. And she's awesome. I was like, do you want to record a video? She's like, yeah, no.
Aw. Yeah,
So
I wish
she likes
could
you
be
enough
here.
to like give you a shout out,
Aw.
but not enough to like actually record the video. I sent
Tell her I said hi, but I wish she was sitting here with me because not for the swear wording parts, but the rest. For
God,
sure.
can you imagine if the kids want to do a podcast with us, but I'm just like, wow, how's that gonna work? I'm gonna have to like bleep out a bunch of stuff in the moment.
Kids
we're
are
gonna have to be
hilarious
on our
though,
best
so I'm on
behavior.
board with this.
Yeah.
You need to do a kid podcast. They say
do.
the funniest shit ever.
Yes.
My son
We
says
really want
stuff
to.
where I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're psycho, but I love it.
Yeah.
He'll say like weird stuff where I'm like, I don't even know where you get that from. Or ask me questions. I'm like, I'm not qualified for this. Is there another adult that can come adult for me? Because I don't know what the hell. They ask you like straight up life questions, like where do you go when you die and stuff that I'm like, existential crisis. I don't know. And I'm like, well, I think there's a God. I'm going off on a huge tangent right now. It's the beer.
I love
and
it.
I don't even know how to respond to him. Do you have moments like that? They just say the craziest shit and I'm trying my best, but
Yes
fail.
and no. Does your son still believe in Santa? Because that's the whole thing.
Yes, but he almost didn't, and I had to save it this year with buying him the toys he wanted that I hate. His dad and I are done with Nerf guns. We're so done. I think he's playing me. He's really smart because he was like, Santa doesn't exist. And I said, sure he does. Made him write a note out, and his dad and I had already told him no Nerf guns. He asked for all Nerf guns. So I'm like, well, shit. He's only 7. We have to buy him Nerf guns now. So of course he did. He got what he wanted. He knows. He's very smart. Now he says he believes in him again, but I think we got played.
I need to take you
That's
around
the
the corner
best thing.
because Ollie has a Nerf wall.
Yeah,
I think I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
I need one of
it's
those.
Awesome.
Oh my God, they would
That's
have so much
awesome.
fun because Luke's obsessed with every type of Nerf gun.
Oh yeah,
my gosh,
don't
that's
buy him the
hilarious.
hyper guns. Don't do it.
The ones that shoot really fast, too late.
Are you serious, dude? Ollie shot me right in the belly and I dropped. It was
Did
like
you really?
I was like 4 feet away. Those things hurt. I'll shoot you with one when we're done.
I'm all set. Thanks.
But they sucked, and then I was like, "Let me shoot you." So I shot him. I shot him in like the
what, you
calf.
shot him point blank range too,
No,
didn't you?
no, I
prick?
shot him from across the room. Hit him in the calf, and he went down, and he had a welt. Like those things do not play.
Yeah, they're intense. He asked for a Prometheus from my dad and stepmom Katie, and they got him for it because it's their grandkid. He asked for it. It's the only thing he asked
That's a
for.
battery
It's huge.
operated one.
It's bigger than him. I'm so freaking over the Nerf guns, but I had to
God,
do
that's
it to
amazing.
save Santa
See,
for
I'm
him
here for it.
for a few years.
What is this thing, like a Gatling gun?
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh man,
That's huge.
I would be for it if it wasn't like 200. He probably literally owns 200. He's never been a normal kid that's played with stuff, so I'm a little worried. He wants to be a killer. That's his goal in life, a
Hey,
cold-blooded
but he'll be
killer.
a leader, though.
Every world needs a
He'll
John
leader.
Wick. Damn it! Every world needs a John Wick.
Yeah, he's gonna be him.
He'll be the lead. He'll be the leader of the gang. Don't
Yeah, like we
Absolutely.
said before we started
Yeah,
shooting, like
that's
the
fine.
Facebook meme. He's either going to be a leader of a gang or a leader of a president, something good or something bad.
Yeah.
Either
See
way, he's going to be a leader for sure.
CIA or something. That'd
Yes.
be incredible.
I hope it's the
An
good way,
assassin.
not the
yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The Maddie this year was the I don't believe in Santa Claus anymore. And she called me out on it. Like we were in Meyer, and I was like, "Hey, ask for that for Christmas from Santa." She's like, "Huh," and like looked at me and gave me the "huh." I'm like, "Wait, hold up." So I left Oliver in the other aisle. I'm like, "I'll be back." I walked over.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
important.
said, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" And she's like, "I know it's you." I'm like, "Girl, you don't know it's me." She's like, I know Santa's not real.
Who are these bratty kids so I can whoop their asses ruining this
I
stuff
know,
for
ruining
everyone?
it.
Only a couple
Yeah.
of their friends. And
I need names.
I don't know. I don't know. But it's been the best thing ever because she helps me be sneaky with it now.
How old is she though? Maddie's
She's 10.
I feel like that's too. Well, I guess that's around the age, but I don't like it.
I found out in 4th grade.
I don't like it.
Ben, co-conductor, ruined it for me on the bus.
That's way too
I
soon.
went home crying.
Okay, life is not magical most of the time. Let's let the magic live as long as we can.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm there
like,
with
what
it.
the hell?
Yeah, even though like I feel like once I have kids, I don't want to like let them believe some old fat white dude bought that present. Like that's my
true.
hard-earned money.
I will say I give them the
it.
best presents, minus this year, the Nerf guns. Every other year I've been like, the best stuff comes from us. The
Yeah.
shitty stuff can come from Santa.
for sure.
That's
The
what
He
socks.
knows where his bread is buttered.
That's right.
So, but minus
love
this
it.
year, I feel.
Yeah, the socks, the underwear, they can come from Santa, but this
Yeah.
cool Nerf gun
No,
stuff,
so
that's coming from us.
I told her, I was like, you want to know what else is bullshit?
You're just
You're
like, you know what?
terrible.
Let's rip
Tell
off
about-
the Band-Aid.
tell
We
her
just
about
ripped it off.
everything.
I told her everything.
Aw.
I was like, Easter Bunny? She's like, yeah. I'm like,
Fake.
no. What was it? I was like, Tooth Fairy? She's like, what? I'm like, that you
Fake.
believe the Tooth Fairy over Santa? Come on. Like, the shit that like we've come up with as parents, like how do our kids
Right.
believe like the Tooth Fairy over Santa Claus? I'll believe a fat man in a red suit sneaks in my house once a
Right.
year over
Yeah.
some little fairy pixie dust person coming in and stealing my teeth.
Yeah,
I
that
need to
brings up
see
our
Maddie
elf on
even
the
more
shelf.
now.
Yeah.
What?
Now that she's like,
I need to do
yeah.
damage control and see
my
Maddie
God.
even more now. Poor thing.
She was all for it. So she's like, so when Ollie loses his next tooth tonight, I'm like, yeah, saves me. I don't care. Let's do it for me, girl. Be my right hand.
That's awesome. Well, this whole elf on the shelf, this is a whole new
my
game
God.
changer. Like all my friends are like, oh, I gotta move that. I'm like, the hell with the elf on the shelf, dude.
No.
That didn't work for me. My son was once again too
Yeah,
annoyingly
too-
smart. He's
yeah.
like, he's not magic. Look, I'm gonna throw him. Being a jerk, and I'm like, but you can't touch him, or the magic doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was like, nope, I don't believe it.
See,
Wrecked it.
Ollie's still believing, and Maddie's playing along, doing what she needs to do, which is like an awesome big sister. But yeah, I was stoked though, because this relieves so much pressure.
That's
But then I also did go, so you know all those awesome presents that Santa got. Usually, yeah, I'm like, you're welcome.
Yeah,
that's
who's
me.
your daddy?
Yeah,
Literally.
That's, right. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is kind of bullcrap. Like you said, I get where you're saying you'd want to be honest with your kids because it's totally so stores can make money. Because you got the parent presents and the Santa presents.
Yeah.
We're spending so much more money.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Like Valentine's
Did he
Day.
warn you about this?
No,
this
what you
board?
got there? I'm
Yeah,
scared.
we did.
What is
Yeah, we
this?
did. Yeah, we did. Well,
Well, first off,
before I flip
yeah.
this around, going forward, so you talked about a feature film that you're in the running for.
Yep.
What else? Is there anything else that you want to shout out and let people know? And if not, tell the people where they can find you to see all the
Yes.
previous things that you have done.
Also, shout out anybody you want to shout out as well. That's helped you along the way that you want to, recognize or anything like that. We gave you 3 things, so hopefully you remember.
Yeah,
them
that's a
all.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I can do
We'll-
after
we'll
drinking.
recap if you need
She's
to.
2 3/4
First you give me
beers in.
booze, then you expect me to know what's going on.
For sure.
Okay. Well, you can be on the lookout for Black Olive. I normally post most of my projects on Facebook, so just Bobbi Newman. And I'm hoping to get IMDb soon. Wow,
Awesome.
that came
Yeah.
out. That was a struggle.
That was pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That should be coming out soon, the more projects I do. So once
IMDb.
that is there. Yeah, IMDb is what I meant to say, not with
IMDb.
all the spaces. So some of my work will be on there.
Wonderful.
And also check out Ripjaw Media. Check out Jeff Cap and
No,
his
don't do
work.
that.
Yes, do it.
anymore.
And the
Nope,
music
don't do
video, The Thunder Rolls.
Yes.
And stay
Thunder.
tuned because I'll probably be doing some bad projects, but I'll probably be doing some awesome projects too. So be on the lookout.
I love it.
And chase your dreams and do what you need to do, all right?
That's incredible. That was the best.
That was
This
the
is
best,
we've
the
ever
best
had.
shout out.
Cheers.
Hell yes. Yeah,
Of all.
cheers. That was
And
incredible.
I also love how you looked at the laptop instead of the camera.
Oh, I failed. Okay. Man,
Don't worry.
I failed. I was
Jeff's
looking back
throwing
and
shit
forth.
at the
I
wrong
was
thing
watching
anyway.
myself.
So that's
I'm gonna
fine.
do
It's
this
my
more
first time,
often.
okay?
Yeah.
I've never done this
I'm gonna
before.
do this more
Yeah.
often. See how
I'm
many,
totally
'cause
going
it's
to
messed with
critique
me.
the shit out of myself for this, like I told you guys I do.
Oh, don't do
So
that.
just be ready.
I'll send you the link.
The nice
Okay.
part is you can always blame it on us.
I'm
The
gonna
two
blame it on you
idiots
guys
that
and
were-
critique
yeah,
it
for
piece
sure.
by
Be like,
piece.
oh, I was those 2 idiots I did a podcast with. It's fine. So this
those
is a
dips.
segment we call Lacey's Fun Facts. You met Lacey upstairs. She's incredible. She's our producer. One of
Nice.
our
I love
producers.
Lacey.
She's awesome. She
I
does most
just
of the
met her
work
for the second
yes.
time today, but I already love her. I can,
Oh, yeah?
I
Second
can
time?
figure that
Oh,
out by
yeah.
just talking with her for a few minutes.
She's awesome.
You done good, bud.
Yeah. I don't know why she hangs out with him. We're still trying to figure this out. I've gave her plenty of warning, and now it's on her.
I
this point.
just give her alcohol.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Our first date was very alcohol driven, so
That's how you tricked her.
that's how I tricked her.
You're
And then
a
I secretly like IV her in the middle of the night.
I think we need to keep her.
Creep.
I know it's
Yeah,
not my
she's
choice,
awesome.
but I'm saying we as a collective because I really like the video she did with Maddie where they're doing the, was it Thriller? Some type of
Oh,
dancing
the
video. And I'm like,
dance.
she is a keeper. I knew after I saw that video, she's awesome.
She's a trip, man. She's awesome. And she keeps us in line and gives us a lot of great material.
Awesome.
And calls us out on our shit, which we really
You
appreciate.
guys
So,
need.
yes, for sure.
100%.
For sure. And keeps us one in line, which is like a.
Am I in line though?
I mean, she gives you enough rope to hang yourself with. Let's put it that way.
I feel like
For
I
sure.
feel like I don't stay in line, but she comes with me when I go off the line.
Yeah.
out of
That
line.
works.
Well, you
That's
do it
fun
together,
then.
though. All
Yep.
good couples do things together.
Balance.
Exactly.
So this is Lacey's fun facts. She comes up with a few things, and we read them off. Normally, they're just off the wall, weird stuff, and we just try to understand what the hell she's saying. One, Jeff's a terrible reader. He's very illiterate. So
I didn't know that.
Oh,
For real?
it's bad.
Especially after a couple drinks.
Yeah. So we tried to.
There's 4 of these today.
Oh my gosh, it must have been for.
One we already kind of talked about in the
Oh, okay.
Friday episode.
Oh, fair enough.
Which it's always weird recording the Friday episode first,
Yeah.
and then doing the Tuesday one. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
you ready for this?
If you're not asking me any questions,
Oh, it is. It's a collection.
Yeah.
I can be
Yep.
ditzy.
Yep. That's okay.
A set of twins were born 15 minutes apart, having separate births. Yeah, I can't talk. Having separate birthdays in different years. One was born in 2021, and the other was born in 2022.
I saw that.
Does that really make them twins?
I mean, yeah, they're still,
Yeah.
they look just, well, I guess twins don't have to look alike,
No,
but
they
I
don't.
think it does for sure. They still they were in the womb together. They're twins, damn
Yes.
it. That's the final say.
I say they are, but
Agreed.
it's crazy to be like
That is wild, though.
But then you totally know, was it the sister or the brother is going to be like, I was born a whole year after you, asshole, whenever
Yeah.
they're fighting about
Oh, yeah.
anything.
But
For
then it's
sure.
also
like
like
you're always
I'm
older than
older.
me.
Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah, you're always gonna be older than me. I would use that all the time too.
they
For sure.
That just sucks though. Like
It's very weird.
That's weird.
I think I
though.
did see that. Wasn't it in Lansing area? Where was it
I
at?
don't
I can't remember. It's
She
either
didn't
Lansing or
write it.
Detroit. I think I did see that.
That is wild though to literally think about like your twins, and I do agree with you. Like if they share the same womb, that they're
yeah,
twins.
they're twins,
But
100%.
two different birthdays. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
unreal.
it's like now, do you just collectively celebrate it on one's birthday?
Yes.
And if so,
Yeah.
are they the
Let's
favorite?
not make it more challenging.
But
to
are
be
they the
parent.
favorite then? If it's December
Oh,
31st
because then it's
or
based on
January
the other.
1st?
Yeah, the
You
mom's gonna have to break up a lot of fights.
well, you celebrate it on the same day, but you alternate the day. That's how you do it. That's what I'm
Okay,
gonna
there
go
you
with.
go. That would
Yeah.
work.
So one year you do
So
it
the
on the first
31st.
one's birthday. Yeah, 31st. The next
That's
year
a
you
good
do it on the
idea.
first.
You
That's
make
fair.
a great parent.
Oh,
Look at
thank
you
you
go.
so much.
Yeah,
I
see?
appreciate
Already-
it.
already planning out.
I've had 34
If you
years. of
choose,
not
you
really
don't
doing
have
it.
to choose,
Oh,
but if
thank
you
so
do.
much. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I've had my struggle taking care of myself for 34 years.
It's true.
I'm
Yeah,
not a parent
it's-
shamer. You don't have
yeah.
to be a parent if you don't want
There
to.
you go. For sure.
If you go back to like the 4th or 5th episode, there's a great story about him being so drunk that he falls asleep naked on the bathroom floor.
Oh yeah, that did happen. It's unfortunate. Yeah, with
And-
one leg up on the shower.
It's your
and
own
the other
bathroom
one-
floor. Do what you want.
That's what I saw.
And,
I don't know.
And
That's what I
trying
thought.
to get himself to the bed.
I crawled, and then
That's
couldn't
funny.
make it. And then my bathroom was like right next to my bed, and I couldn't crawl back to.
Well, like we said, kids
to-
make you get your shit together. Because I used to have too much fun, and then I had my son, and I was like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there such thing as too much fun though?
I mean, I occasionally have too much fun, but you can't do it
Yeah.
all the time
Yeah, that's
once you're a
true.
parent.
When I have the same hangover for 3 straight days, that's too much fun.
As you get older, fun is
Well, it's
doesn't really.
like I always said, as you get older, the hangovers get longer.
Yes.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure. It is friggin' rough.
God, I was after our beer tournament. I was.
Hammered. That shit was hilarious.
I don't know how I used to do it at Western. I would be terrible to carry a water bottle of vodka and a water bottle of Crystal Light and just like now I have like 3 drinks the next day. Like you said, I'm like, I'm so tired at work. I'm like, I'm sick. I don't feel good. It's terrible. I'm probably going to regret this tomorrow. I've only had like 2 drinks and I'm going to feel like shit.
Does the smell
all
of food
day.
ruin it for you too? Like if
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a hangover and I smell
yeah.
food, so being in that industry and like walking in, I would be miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I
Oh.
also have to eat a lot to feel better. So it's like such a
Oh, there you go.
And it's
tough
greasy-
situation to
greasy
be
food.
in because if you don't eat, you don't feel better. But yeah, I'm like totally turned off to food. So
Yeah. Oh man, that's yeah. That'd be tough.
Kids, be careful at Western. Side note, Jesus, Mom and me coming out. Take it easy. You don't need to have a water bottle full of vodka. Not necessary.
They don't drink vodka anymore. Come on.
What
do they do now?
Friggin',
Four Locos.
Okay,
no,
they got
was
rid
it,
of those, didn't they?
what's the seltzer waters?
Yeah.
What the hell are those?
Okay,
White Claws.
stick to the White
White
Claws.
Claws,
Yeah,
there
you
you
little
go.
babies. That'll work.
Little
I keep
babies,
looking
that's
over here
amazing.
instead of at the camera. Epic fail. I like it. Stick to the White Claws, babies.
I should have moved that table directly in front of that so it'd be a little bit better.
Well, it started out there. I'm not sure what happened.
I had to charge it.
Oh, fair enough.
So the people who are watching this saw me get up and leave. I had to charge the laptop. I forgot to plug that in. So
Number two.
number two.
He's the stay on guy, I can tell.
Yeah.
You are the one that's like, I'm going to go off on 5 different tangents, and you're like, we got to stay put.
It depends on
Once
the
again,
day.
a good
Yeah.
dad quality.
It,
Oh, thank
it
you so much.
depends
It-
on the day.
Yeah,
We are
when
both.
we're talking sports, like he's got to rein me in
Yeah,
quite
the
a
Tuesday
bit.
episodes is when I
unfortunately.
split off on,
Yeah.
on tangents. On Fridays, it's when he splits off.
Yeah, and he's kind of looking at me like,
see.
"Give me the time." Like I'm.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we got 10 minutes. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
All
what
right.
else?
So number 2 is like I said, we talked about this
Yeah.
on the Friday. We saw the new Scream movie. Are you
I've
familiar?
not seen it yet.
Okay,
but Scream, I used to always remake videos when I was younger for that.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yes.
So we watched it. Lacey and I went to go see it yesterday. I was disappointed.
Really? So don't give it away. I mean, why not? They've done 10 now. They've done too many.
5.
Okay, but I was exaggerating. But
Okay,
still,
that's
I feel
might
it.
as well be
You're thinking
10.
of Fast and the Furious.
Might as well be 10.
You're
Yeah.
thinking of Fast and the Furious that needs to die.
So it's terrible,
Terrible? No.
but don't give it away.
I don't know how to.
He gave it a 6 out of 10, and then we won't give it away.
That's not that good.
Don't listen to Friday's episode because I definitely did.
Yeah.
Is
He
Nev
gave a
Campbell
lot
in
of
it?
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Because she was my
Nev.
chick.
Nev, Courtney
Did
Campbell.
she have work done to her face? She looked different. to me.
She looks old as fuck in this movie.
Well,
but-
she should. She is old now.
And it's
Isn't
all-
she in her 40s or 50s?
What I've noticed though is her lips, her nose and her lips look weird.
And then you got Courtney Hawks, who even
Don't
looks
judge
worse
me
than
if I
that.
ever do any of that.
That's fine, and we won't.
I got little bird lips. I might just get a little. I may have before.
What? You heard it here,
Going off on a
folks.
tangent.
You heard it
I haven't
here.
recently,
Secrets are coming out.
but I was curious. But I'm also not judging if she did.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But
yeah.
6 out of 10. The David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and Nev Campbell came back.
Okay.
That's all he's going to tell you.
I
Don't
know.
read
I'll
it.
tell you one more thing. One of them does not make it out.
Oh, see, why would you do that?
Okay. Actually,
That's
I'm already
unfortunate.
more intrigued because they always make it out before. So I will appreciate that they don't. But don't give it away.
Let's just say the scene where one of them does not make it out.
Is dumb.
Is my favorite scene.
Okay.
It's the best scene of the
the
whole
only
film.
good thing they did because I feel like that would be unique to the rest of the Scream franchise as if
Yeah.
something different
They
happened.
definitely had fans were better off running this than the writers were because they wanted Stu Macher to come back, Matthew Lillard's character.
Oh.
And
Oh, yeah, I love
originally,
him. I love Matthew
originally in the
Lillard,
third
actually.
movie, he did, but then the studio didn't like it, and so the original writer, left.
I like him. That's Scooby Doo. Duh.
Oh yeah, for
Hello.
sure. You know he's a big Dungeons and Dragons nerd.
Is
I
he
bet he
really?
is.
He's huge. If you follow him on Instagram, he's all about Dungeons and Dragons.
all about the
He
D&D.
does all the cosplays for it.
Nice.
everything.
Really?
He actually made his own Dungeons and Dragons game, and then they sent him a bunch of merch.
Nice. I like fantasy. Like I said, life is not very magical. I'm all about the sci-fi,
Sure.
the Marvel, the fantasy stuff. It's my game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it does
me
what
too.
it needs
But
to
then
do. and it
I
makes
also
it
said
escape.
I like when people write from their self.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
go back and forth. I'm
Oh, that's okay.
contradictory.
Yeah, that's all right. No.
So yeah, so
You can like a bunch of different things, damn it.
That's true.
That's what's up.
go see it, but 6
Okay.
out of 10.
Okay.
This one's really long, so Brandon,
Prick. All right.
made
Have
fun
you-
of me for reading. Watch this.
This
motherfucker.
okay. This is hilarious because you know I'm a big fan of his. So, have you ever heard about Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos?
So you're a fan of Pablo Escobar?
I
or
love Pablo
cocaine?
Escobar. I've actually told Courtney if I could, all right, I'm just gonna and just add this in here. If you could live Pablo Escobar's life for like 25 years, know that you're going to prison anyway, but still live the life of like a friggin' drug kingpin for 25 years, would you do it?
If you've lived, then it might be worth it. Most people don't live.
That's true.
I try to totally just live and just say
25
yes
years.
to almost every single opportunity, unless it's maybe the ones you're talking about. But every other opportunity, yes.
Yeah. But Pablo Escobar's bad. When Pablo died in 1993, authorities took all the animals out of his personal zoo besides the hippos. They were known to smuggle drugs with these hippos. Now over 100 hippos roam the property, and neighbors to the property are pissed and are considering the hippos and hippos an invasive species.
See? Not just me.
Researchers want them left alone since they are filling an ecological void. Ecological void.
Back off the hippos. God, I hate people.
I know. Leave
What's
the
the matter
damn
with the
hippos alone.
hippos?
Leave the hippo
I would
mules
go
alone.
ride one of those hippos and have a good time. They need to be done. They need to quit being so
So you
judgmental.
want to ride a
Absolutely.
hippo? That sounds very dangerous.
I know
I
hippos
do.
are the most dangerous.
When
Aren't they
I-
one of
They
the
are.
most dangerous or
They got-
the most dangerous?
They are pretty damn dangerous. They have like one of the biggest biting strengths of like
That's
all
what I
animals.
thought because they look so cute, but I
Yeah.
remember them being
They're
deadly.
adorable.
It
So I
wasn't-
was kidding, but still.
It wasn't a
Leave 'em alone.
hippo, but what hippo that made me think about was Ace Ventura 2 when he
Oh,
jumped
the
on
rhino.
my
rhino's
God.
Rhino's
back.
ass. Yeah.
That's all I
There
could
you
think
go.
about because that hippo was being a mule in this. And
Yeah.
you don't,
So two things I
you
have
get
about
it. You
this.
get why
I
I
get it.
connected the
Yeah.
dots.
Yeah,
Totally
you
get
get
it.
it.
Oh,
So
yeah, the
two things
pinky
I
out
have.
first.
Dangerous in
I know.
people's butts. That's what it was.
Pablo Escobar owning hippos to begin with, badass.
Yes.
All right, badass move. Second thing, I've followed Fiona the hippo out of Cincinnati Zoo since day one. I'm her biggest fan. So she was a preemie hippo.
Aw.
And they have videos of her like coming up and everything. So I love hippos. They're like my spirit animal,
Please tell me you
along
have
with
like
a panda.
Please tell me you have
Pandas?
like a fan shirt.
I've heard pandas are mean too, aren't they? I want to meet a
Yeah, they're
panda too. Though.
mischievous little shits.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
I feel like we don't appreciate nature enough.
Agreed. Yeah,
Hippos,
same
they
here.
are weird as fuck. Like
they are.
alligators too. Like
Yep.
they look like dinosaurs to me. We
They are
should just be
dinosaurs.
appreciative of them because they are the strangest looking animals. Sorry, continue.
No, that's perfect. So I followed her journey from day one. And they make these paintings. I'm thinking about getting one where they'll like rub paint on their snouts, like on their mouth, and then they'll push the canvas up against it.
Oh, okay.
Adorable.
I did that
So
actually
cute.
when I was at Western. We volunteered for a spring break thing where we went to the animal shelter in Utah where they had pigs do that. The exact same thing. They put a
nice.
canvas over it, but they put them on their feet
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had them press stuff down.
Not where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah, not near as exciting as you were hoping.
I thought, at
This one
Western,
time,
we
me
got
at
drunk.
Western with a hippo. I did steal a cheetah once, and these people were mad about it and made me return it, like a statue cheetah. Not a real
I
one.
was
Would have been
like,
way more
"Whoa,
fun.
that's epic."
I stole their fish sticks and their statue cheetah. And that
Wait,
was a
like food
joke,
fish
and it was
sticks?
hilarious. We were
That's
laughing.
Like
amazing.
food fish sticks?
Yes, and then I stole their stupid statue cheetah, and they freaked out about it. So I returned it, and
bunch
it was
of-
very heavy, and I had to carry it a long way, and I thought it was funny, and
That's
they did not see the
hilarious.
humor in it.
Did you have to put
Who
down
has
your
a statue cheetah?
Did you have to
Yeah.
put down your bottle of vodka to do it?
Probably not. I probably put it in my pocket and carried it. I don't remember.
No
but it was
vodka
probably the
left
vodka
behind.
that did it, for sure. We'd go to like random parties and take stuff. Once again, Western kids don't do it.
Oh, she did it into the camera this
But
time.
maybe
Nailed
do
it.
it. I
Nailed
did.
it. Nailed
No,
it.
no, do that. That's the whole thing of college. But
Yes.
sidebar, if you could own any exotic animal, what would it be?
That's a toughie.
Oh,
Mine's a meerkat. I fucking love those things. I want me a little Timon.
I was just going to say that.
Fucking love
I can't remember if
Timon.
it was Timon or Pumbaa. I was
God,
just
I
about to.
fucking love it. Loved going to the zoo and they have like the little bubbles and you pop your head up.
This is a
Love
tough
that.
one.
That
Why are
is
you hitting
tough.
us with the
I
tough
think I gotta
questions?
go
I'm gonna
panda.
this.
They're
pandas are
vicious
hilarious. They're hilarious. They're
Aren't
mischievous.
kangaroos
little
mean
shit.
too? Because I think kangaroo, but I hear that they're mean.
Yeah.
His goal is to get drunk and box the kangaroo.
I do want a
Ooh,
box
the
of
baby would
kangaroo.
be so cute.
Yeah, little babies are cute. Their pouches kind of freak me out, though. If I'm being honest,
They are
they're
weird.
Because
Yeah.
I watched the video. I'm terrible about getting trapped in videos. Like I'll just get trapped for like 30 minutes. I'm like, what do I do with my life? And I'm just like watching weird videos.
As all of us.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
they do. They suck you in. Yeah.
bastards, right?
This
But they're like
TikTok.
showing the baby in the pouch, and they're like stretching that pouch. I'm like, how the hell does that thing? Like, there's no.
Yeah.
It's like an elastic band on
so happy
sweatpants.
we're doing
Brilliant.
video
Because
for
kids
this
just run around. She's like, no, get in
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
And then
they'll
she
do
does
it,
her
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I want a kangaroo, Mom.
For sure.
And the baby.
Hell
or else
yeah.
it wouldn't be as cute.
So is that your
Yeah.
thing? You want a kangaroo?
Probably.
Yeah. I'm going panda. You're going meerkat.
Meerkat.
Fair enough. But yeah,
I
this
got the
is pretty
bitchiest
awesome.
one out of all of them. That or a sloth is pretty
Oh,
cool.
the little monkeys are super cute too, though. I'm gonna sound really dumb right now. I can't remember
Those
what they're
spider
called.
monkeys?
But the little tiny, probably spider monkeys. The
spider
teeny tiny
monkey.
ones are super cute.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey, Chip. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. What you got? Is it
Oh,
smudged?
this is pretty. Yeah, it is a little smudged. I think
But
you
can you
smudged
read
it.
it?
Yeah, I think I can make it out.
Okay.
So apparently she's pissed, and I can't make out the first, but
Who's pissed?
Lacey's
Oh,
upset
yeah.
about this. And there was no episode of The Bachelor this week thanks to football playoffs. Rude.
I can agree with her. I like her even more. Who sports? We don't sport.
Do you
Boo.
watch The Bachelor?
Pissed.
I have watched it and I cringe, but I still watch it. And I'm like, you're a dumb bitch, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be like, this is stupid. They just made out with like 50 people, but I'm intrigued.
I know. So Bachelor in Paradise, though.
I haven't watched any new ones. I just watched like the Netflix one. You can binge watch whatever season it was, where it was such a twist. Maybe I shouldn't give away. I hate people do that.
That's fine. Give it.
Okay,
it.
I'm
So
giving it
is
away.
it?
He picks one chick and then goes back and picks another one. I can't remember what season it is.
Oh, we're talking Bachelor.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has dark hair, and it was a pretty good one. And just to see how
Yes.
crazy people are, they make me feel better about myself. I'm like, I may have my things, but I'm not that dumb.
Courtney
and
told
I'm
me
not
about
doing
this.
this.
Yeah, Courtney told me about that
Really?
season. Yeah, where he like picked her in the end of the show, right? And then he dumps her
Yes.
after the show and goes to
Yes.
try to get that one back.
And he totally picked the one based off of looks, which is dumb, and then
Mm-hmm.
goes back and he's like, that other girl's way cooler. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
I get it, but it is cringeworthy
It
for
is.
sure.
Yeah.
I get so irate when I have to sit there and watch it. I start yelling at the TV worse than when I do it with sports.
I just thought of a fun fact. Sorry to interrupt you. Have you guys watched Dexter, the new season finale? I'm pissed.
Talk to us about
Why?
it.
I am so
Yes,
pissed.
let me
okay,
add-
Spoilers.
yes.
Spoilers.
Can I spoiler? Yeah, spoiler,
damn
spoiler.
right you can.
Okay,
That's what we do
someone
here.
spoiled it for me, and I was even more pissed about
no.
that. I've watched Dexter for like 10 years now. They took the hiatus. They're back. I love Dexter. Everyone does.
Yes.
The cool people, anyway.
That's right.
Suck it.
I totally agree he had to freaking die.
Yeah.
But they rushed the shit out of it, and I hated
Didn't they,
how.
though?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like he would never put that on his son. I've read so many comments. I'm like, yes, I agree with that. Like he would never put that on his son, killing his father. He's gonna have to live with that forever. But I do agree he had to die because the cycle has to end with him. He keeps. He's the reason that all these innocent lives are taken. I hated that he killed the coach. That's point 2. I feel like he wouldn't do that. Dexter rarely ever kills innocent people. The coach was a super good guy. What else do I hate? Let's see. His girlfriend annoyed me.
She was.
She was on Twilight, and I love Twilight, but she annoyed me.
Oh, she's on Twilight, was she? I didn't
Yes,
realize that.
I don't know what it was about her, but something. Just I felt like it was
She
so
annoyed
rushed.
me too. I feel like she was just like
I
digging
wa-
too deep.
I was
like,
a
this
fan of
little-
all of his girlfriends except for her. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
she was not fun. But I do think they had to get. I get where they were going with it. Much better ending than the previous one, but just the
Hell
way
yeah.
they did
Yeah,
it
agreed.
was. I don't know. It was so weird.
I feel
I
like
was
it was.
satisfied
Oh,
with
and
it.
why didn't they have a Batista meetup? They needed to have that.
I know.
I was like, this would be the most thrilling thing of the whole show, probably. He meets his old friend. His friend realizes he killed his woman. They have this, like, I guess maybe they didn't do it because it'd be too challenging, but that would have been like, that would have made the entire show. They have like a face off. And
Agreed.
he's like, you're still alive, Dexter?
Right.
And then all that. It
I
was
would
just
have loved all that.
Mm-hmm.
That would have put a nice bow on it for me. I know that the whole premise was he had to die so the son could live his own life. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dexter, like, for me, the character killing the coach really bugged me.
Yeah.
And then I agree with you that having him shoot him. I understand, like, I guess what they were trying to do there, but I didn't like it.
And so much built up to that moment. Run, run, run. He kills the
Yes.
guy. He's up there. And then suddenly it just happens in 2 minutes of him saying, yeah, you're right, son. I changed my mind. I was fighting so hard for my life a minute ago. I just killed this guy. But now I want you to just end it all in 2 minutes.
Right.
Like such a, maybe if his son had to think about it for an episode or two, then decided they're going to do it with some dignity, it just seemed weird to me.
Yeah.
I can see that. But if you think back to the, was it the last season? Or no, it wasn't the last season before. There's it was season 7. He had that face off with Deb in La Huerta, and he was like, "You kill me. Like she's right. You need to kill me."
Yeah.
So I mean,
Right.
he kind of got.
Oh, okay.
That's
kinda
true, but
got
they
it.
shouldn't have wrapped it all in one thing, I felt like. And then,
That's fair.
someone said that a dark passenger should have, I think Dexter, what it would have made the show too, if they'd done it so quick, maybe Dexter appears as his dark passenger at the
At
end.
the very end?
His son. Like, he's next
Yep.
to his son showing up. Or maybe not even as a dark passenger, you want to have a happy ending, but maybe he's still there.
Like his guardian
Dexter
angel.
pops up
almost.
as
See,
somebody.
you got a bright future ahead of you as a writer.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
Well,
You have some
thanks,
good
I hope.
ideas.
Yeah, agreed. What goes on? Are we just done with the series now? That's my biggest
Yes.
question. Where
We
I was
are
just like,
done.
are we just done? So there's not going to be a spin-off with Harrison at all?
Hopefully
Like,
not.
Maybe. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's
hopefully
only,
not. 'cause
That's
then
the
they
only
keep going.
thing. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I told Courtney because we watched it together, and I was like, I think this is their way of putting a bow on it, just
Yes.
wrapping it up and be like, okay,
Yep.
we're done. And which pisses me off because we waited so long.
Yeah.
I was like, give me 2. Give me 2 good
I'm good with
seasons.
it. I'm
Yeah.
good with
Give me
I'm
2
good
good
with it.
seasons. But I think it's just because I like that character and him playing Dexter so much
Me
that I
too.
would just sit there. And
Michael C. Hall's amazing. Mhm.
I just
Yes.
eat it up for however
Him-
long they wanted to do it. I'd just sit there and just watch it. But
I have, hold on, one more little small tangent before I go back to this Bachelor thing. Have you guys seen Gamer with Gerard Butler?
I love that
I've
movie.
not seen that.
Oh my god, I
Michael
love
C.
that
Hall
movie.
is the villain in it.
Really? I don't think I've seen that.
He plays that part real creepy.
Gamer. Okay.
He almost did it like a Dexter type thing, but he was a full
okay.
bad
A little
guy.
bit more vindictive.
Yeah.
Huh.
But with
For
that
sure.
same eeriness to him.
Yes,
I don't think I've seen
you gotta see it. It's
It's
good.
so good.
It's the premise is like you're using humans as a video game experience. So like Call of Duty. Well, Gerard Butler is a soldier, and this kid plays.
He's a prisoner.
Prisoner. That's
So
right.
They're letting prisoners act as out to get.
Actually, this sounds
years.
familiar. Is
Yeah.
this really old? Maybe I have
Yeah.
seen
Yeah, it is
This
older.
sounds
Pretty
very
old.
It
familiar.
is older.
And I
Yeah,
like
for
Gerard
sure.
Butler.
I love
Yeah.
Gerard
I'm gonna have to
Butler.
look this up.
Yeah,
Maybe I have.
yeah.
It's really
Courtney's
good.
big fan of Gerard Butler for other reasons, but we'll let it go. That's fine. Same thing with Hemsworth. It must be accents.
Oh yes, Liam Hemsworth for sure.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to
him
change your
and
Oh,
answer?
Chris.
true. Why didn't I
Chris.
say that?
Yeah.
He-
Would you?
Maybe,
See,
but
again-
not Fat Thor, skinny one.
Yeah.
I would let Fat
Not
Thor.
that I'm against chubbies. I'm
That's
just saying.
fine. That's fair. That's all right. Fat Thor just cracked me the hell up, dude.
Are you a chubby chaser?
I am not a chubby chaser. Liam Hemsworth might be my Mary
Yeah.
for sure.
There you go.
Okay, but you'd still Chris Evans.
Yes.
You'd
fair
still.
Oh, but then I'd have to kill my buddy who's in the new Red Dragon. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Man, this is terrible.
I don't know.
I don't know his
Sung
name
Chi.
either.
Oh, that's all I know. I don't know what his
trying to
real
think of
name
his actor
is.
name. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Sung Chi is all I know. Sang Chi, Sung Chi, Sing.
Moving
singing.
on.
I don't
Press
know.
forward. Press forward. Press forward.
Yeah.
Back to Bachelor. I just get so irate with it though because it's so scripted. It's 100% so scripted now that I just get irritated with it. And the only season where I was okay a little bit with watching it was Dildo Girl.
I did not see this.
Dildo
I'm
Girl
so
was
intrigued
amazing.
immediately.
She was the one right before this newest one.
So what happened?
That's
How
going
she
on.
got the name Dildo Girl, and that was just by us. She was a contestant on The Bachelor first, and then she got picked to be the Bachelorette. Right.
Okay. Right.
So she
'Cause
shows.
they're like, there's money in this.
So
Because
she
what a
shows
weirdo.
up. She shows up to the first meet, right? And she's like, "I'm hoping things go well." So, and she pulls out this giant dildo, so I don't have to use this anymore. And he's like, "Wow!" I'm like, "Keep her." Out of everybody else,
Yeah.
keep
She's
her.
brilliant because she knew that was going to get
No,
some
she
traction.
is.
Everybody does it, but
Absolutely.
we don't talk about it the first episode of something. That's ridiculous.
She is fun.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he sends her home.
That's
to
a bit
keep-
much for the first season.
It's
I
not-
agree.
She
No,
needed
I
to go.
agree. Yeah.
The first episode, I mean.
Get
That's a
all-
bit much.
Get
Yeah, for
all your dildos and your suction cups.
You're wild. I'm talking to Lacey.
Get all those out on the table
Too much.
the first date. Just throw it out there. Who cares? I mean, that's a great first date.
I repeat, my dad is never watching this show. You guys need to change the name. I already told him. Too late.
Todd's already actually messaging.
He's
us.
like my daughter. I'm so proud of her. She's going places.
No, but she was the first one, so she got Bachelorette, and that was the one where
Yeah.
like, I'm watching this one.
Oh my God.
He would.
And you watched it too.
I did
Shut
not
up.
watch that. I only watch Bachelor in Paradise because I feel like I'm a weird person when it comes to being outnumbered in anything. I don't like being outnumbered. So watching like one female or one male have like 30 people trying to compete for that one person, I just don't like the premise of it. But Bachelor in Paradise, they're equal numbers. 10 versus 10.
Oh, I
right?
need to watch that one. I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen
Oh,
that one.
Bachelor in Paradise is awesome. Yeah.
I feel like you guys have watched
Yeah.
it more than me, which
Oh,
I
I
love.
believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
my wife made me watch the last season of
And-
BIP is what she calls it. And it was entertaining, I won't lie. It was pretty funny. But yeah,
Sometimes you
there's,
just
like,
need
trying to find
garbage
it.
TV to feel
Yeah.
better. Like you just need to just
I
feel better about your
disagree
life
with that.
and just watch and be like, this is some dumb shit. I don't have
Yeah.
to think while I watch this. These people are dumb.
Yeah, for sure.
So my favorite
Agreed.
thing about what you just said, though, is like, I don't like being outnumbered. Most guys will be like, put me in a room with 30 females. I'm good with this. But then you put him in there. He's like,
That would make me want to have a Xanax. That'd be stressful
Yes,
as fuck.
preach.
All these chicks
Absolutely.
coming at
all
you.
he can do,
Xanax, gummies, whatever.
all he
sure.
can do is, I want a panda.
I want a panda.
I want a panda.
I want a panda. I
Pandas.
would totally be uncomfortable. I'd be like, all these people
They're
are
all
here for me.
bickering and fighting over each
Yeah.
other. Drama. I hate the
Yeah.
drama scenes. I skip
Yeah.
over those.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the whole episode, though.
Yeah.
Well, I like to just, I guess, hear people's stories and stuff. But yeah, when
Yeah.
they're doing the Becky said this and blah, 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 I'm like,
Yeah.
no thanks, Becky.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Becky,
Yeah.
shut up and go hang out with Taryn, okay?
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. But no, that BIP, you got to check BIP out.
Okay, I will.
Yep.
All right. Well, that ends it for us. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
Thanks for
having a couple
having me,
drinks.
guys. I loved it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
This
much.
was my
doing
first
this.
experience. It was fun.
Yeah.
Look forward to
Thank you.
seeing how awkward it was.
Loved your story. It was very cool to listen to you and the passion that you have with your craft. You're definitely going places, and we can't wait to see what you have coming up. It's
Thank
gonna
you,
be
you
great.
guys as
Yeah.
well. I appreciate it.
And not only are we proud of you, but your father will be proud of you after this
Yeah,
as well.
he's
too.
not watching.
That's fine.